Welcome to the Rainbow Gateway Oracle. And we are starting off here with the Creativity Oracle deck. And this is a Virgo reading. Thank you for joining me, Virgo. This is for all placements: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, 6th house. And without further ado, we're going to pull some cards and get going with the reading. If this is your reading, it'll resonate with you. If it's not your reading, then it won't, and it'll be for someone else. And I have readings for sale, private readings. Check out the description box. That's the only place you'll ever find me, is right there in the description box. I'll never reach out to you, and always be careful with fraudulent scammers out there. And here we go. Originality. Feel lighthearted and free while trusting that your unique way of doing things is the right way. Okay. Originality. Let's see what else is coming out about that. Free associate. Allow the first thing that comes into your mind without self-censorship to bestow a vision upon you. Free associate. So, okay. You may be needing to come up with some new ideas in your business, in your work, in your life, for a project, something like that. And it's hard to come up with unique, original ideas. You don't have to really think about that, though. And see, that's the difference between like meditation mastery and really tapping into your creative flow versus having a lot of really great ideas and thoughts, but they're not necessarily inspired or coming from your heart. And so it's really important for you to sit still and, just sit very quiet in a room with, maybe some relaxing, vibes going, and, get some essential oils maybe, and just sit there with a pen and some paper. Take about 10 to 20 nice, deep, slow breaths, and then clear your mind and just allow whatever comes to mind and write it on the paper. It doesn't matter what it is, just write it on the paper. What feels good is going to be the thing. What feels bad is like the fear kind of throwing shit at you. Listen to your intuition, because your intuition often speaks to you without words or thoughts. It comes through a little bit differently, and you have to get quiet to pick up on that if you're not doing that already in your life by tapping into your intuition. We're very conditioned to, ignore it, and then we wonder why, we never see the magic and stuff like that. But the message really here is you're going to find original ideas and inspiration when you sit there and allow yourself to have that discipline and that practice. And that's what yoga is about, really. It's about the discipline. It's not about getting into tight pants or twisting into a pretzel. It actually helps you become more flexible than you are, and that's the whole point of it. People who practice yoga for years can twist into a pretzel. They can't do it on day one, no matter how skinny mini they are or whatever. And this is the thing that one is required to do in order to really gain access to the type of results that are being sought when it comes to your creativity, the creativity of your team, in your business, whatever it is. Like, you have to allow your employees who work for you, who you want to be having, innovating and creating, doing all this stuff, one, you have to allow them to follow their own flow in life. This 9 to 5 punch a clock shit doesn't work for a lot of people. Some people can do it. Other people just can't exist within that framework, especially creative people who are, more heart-centered and, perhaps quote-unquote absent-minded or whatever. The world is really shifting. There's a lot of real traumatized people out there. There's a lot of real ADD and autistic kind of people out there too in the universe. People who really need to be on their own time. They can produce for you when you allow them to have free association time. But when you're barking at them, and this is the thing, this might not be, you have to fit your role where it goes here when it's talking about whether you're the one needing to free associate or you need your employees to free associate, depending how this is resonating for you, because this can be for many people. This is the thing. So it's like, if you're not seeing this kind of originality, it's because there's limits. There's limits, there's time limits, there's production schedule, there's like, you have to do it by this time, by this day, by this. And creative people can't often work in those parameters because the flow happens when it happens. It's like, even for me, like when I'm doing a reading, I can't just do a reading whenever I feel like doing a reading. The spirit calls me to the cards. I'm allowed to produce readings and film readings when the spirit comes to ask me to do that. Otherwise, I don't do readings. And that's it. That's the way it is. But that's how all creativity flows, even if you're a musician. Like, when you're not getting inspired by that and you're trying to force it, it doesn't come out well. You don't like it, even if it's well, built, and technical and stuff like that. It's not always coming from, the right place. And that's the thing. You have to pay attention to the limits that not only you're putting on people around you, but the stuff you're putting on yourself, depending on how this reading is landing for you as the viewer here, as the Virgo in the situation. Now we're going to talk to the goddesses and the ancestors here. And we have the shapeshifter coming out. Transform and unveil your gift. There's the eagle coming through here, and that is your bird's eye view into it's like you need to see the whole picture and then break it down. And being able to change roles from, okay, I'm seeing it up here. You need to have a lot of different perspectives, is what I'm getting. So it's important for someone here to be able to, one, see the bigger picture, okay? But then also you have to recognize the different roles everyone's playing here in the situation. And you may be someone who can fit into every role, or you need someone in your organization who can kind of fit every role, who has the ability to see multiple perspectives, because it takes multiple perspectives in order to really get that bird's eye view, right? So, it's important to recognize not everything has to be a specific way. Like, we can have things in mind, but then it doesn't come out that way. But it doesn't mean that it's not still worthy. Okay, we have the Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. So this is really going in deep to yourself and just allowing what comes out of you to come out of you, okay? Because you've come to the point in this time of life where you have a certain skill and there's an adaptability in here, a cleverness, clever in the way that you're able to, strategically set things up for yourself. Like you've seen enough of the game to understand how it works, so you know how to like outfox is not necessarily the right expression, I feel like, but it's like you have a vision that not everyone does. You have the ability to see things in a keen kind of a way, and you are able to take what you produce and just stand strong in it here, I feel like. I feel like you know how to maneuver. There's a energy of maneuverability here with whatever you're needing to be doing. Hold the space. Yeah, again, it's about getting quiet in yourself. The space of no mind, the space of silence in one's mind is where the creative flow is coming from. The presence is silent. It's not, racking your brain to get it out. It's taking time in nature and watching the ideas just pop into your mind like berries on a bush, because that's how, the spirit works. That's how creativity works. And you don't get that in places where, it's like brown frown, break room, town, microwave oven, and it's like drab and stuff in there. No one wants to go to work in a place where it's like that. And there's no airflow and stuff like that. And, that's metaphorical and, actual. Surrender worry. Worry is an emotion where we can't stop thinking of all the possible catastrophes that are going to happen in our life. It's like everything's going to go wrong. We're so afraid of what could possibly go wrong because, we can't plan for it. We can't plan for things that are unexpected. Anything can happen. But, when we worry, we're worried about all the fearful things that could possibly happen. And 99% of the time, they don't happen, but we worry that they do. And, good things can happen too. It's really important to remember that good things can happen too, not just, scary shit, And it says here, make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. It's very important to get tapped into your breath here. It's also important to allow yourself to play a little bit too, And it's like maybe not feeling, so safe swinging, It's like it's fun and exhilarating to be on a swing, but for some people, you might be worried that you're going to fall off of it, And realize life is just trying to take you on a little bit of a swing sometimes. And it can be a real scary swing. And breathing can help you have a little bit more fun with it, even when it's stressful and stuff like that. We have surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Okay, so it's important to make sure that it's a practice for sure, but allowing yourself to trust the people who work for you to handle things, that can be a little bit difficult at times too. And, or it's like there's this energy of worrying about how you're going to do it all, and needing to be able to trust the people that you're asking for help for, whatever your circumstance is. It's okay to ask for help, and help can be given at any time, back. It's okay to allow yourself to have the support, because likely you're already someone who's giving support all the time, so you can receive it yourself. Let's see what the Ascended Masters and Angels have to say here. Peace offering. The peace offering here is about what has been going on in your workspace, because there is an energy here of overworking and needing to offer peace to yourself or the people you've been overworking as employees here, however that's translating. It's important that you offer them support and relinquish the control and stuff. This is what's coming through here. There's a bit of a control dynamic at work here. And, there's a lot riding on it. You have a lot of stress and everything on your back. But when you're putting all that on your people, they can't really produce at the level that you want them to. So then they start floundering. And, then their creativity stops too, because they're stressed out, because you're stressed out, and like the demands are too much. They need support, because they're never going to accomplish the creative process that you're needing them to do if you're breathing down their backs too much. And and this is the peace offering, really is about surrendering that worry, because when you're surrendering the worry, you're not putting that stress on others. Focus upon your strengths. Finding things that are calming for you is really important. You need a calming practice here, because it's focusing on everything. You got to focus on what's working, what's going to be working, not on what's going to be failing. And focusing on the strengths of the people who work for you. Persistence. It's okay to make mistakes. You just keep getting back on the horse, like you have to learn how to ride it. And sometimes you're gonna, fall off and you have to get back up there. It doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that you're going to learn something. That's all. And it might seem like you're failing, but you're actually just learning something if you allow that for yourself, you know, and just keep going. Just keep going, you know. It doesn't mean you're a bad person here. I'm not getting like this is like someone who's, you know, super overbearing normally. I feel like, you know, there's some kind of a, you know, of course it's like a money situation, right? There's a deadline, something like that. Flow of prosperity, be willing to forgive, go now. Focus on clearing your mind. When you can clear your mind and your heart, then, you know, the material things start to work themselves out. You have to unkink the energies inside of you. And going through these situations helps you build your strength and shows you what the universe is doing for you too, like seeing the gifts that the Spirit's bringing in for you. The more you're willing to forgive yourself, the more you open up the flow of prosperity. I feel like the go now is like, it's talking to me about leaving a particular mindset behind. And you're already like, the message here is to write your feelings, write your thoughts. That's going to help you move through it. So you can do that actually right now. You can go now and write that. Go now, sit there, write that down. Write all the crap that you're worried about down and then light it on fire, you know, or whatever you feel called to do, you know, and just don't bother with it anymore. Give it to the universe. Say, hey, you know, I need help with this because I'm worried all the time. Can you please just handle these worries for me and write them down and give it to the universe? And that's it. And then that's going to help you connect with your crown chakra to your spirit guides. Okay, and then they're going to send you some messages to help you with your worries. They're going to offer you suggestions of things to do to help you ease your mind. Okay, you're going to get intuitive nudges and you're going to get synchronicities that come in and you're going to want to listen for messages. Your intuition will prompt you, you know, you'll know when they come. Trust yourself. And that's the thing. That's going to help you do, okay? Let's get some more angels and goddesses here. Humor. Find humor in it. The more you have fun and even laugh at the conflict and the obstacles and the shit that goes wrong constantly, no matter what you try to do, just find the fun in it. Find the laughter, find the humor in it, because it's gonna prevent you from seeing the higher view if you don't allow yourself to see the fun and the silliness of it all, really, in life. Like the situations that seem to really stress us out because of the level of fear that we're trying to release from our psyches on a subconscious level that we don't even know about. We have the seer See beyond the current situation. See, you have to understand that, life moves us through experiences that are really far beyond our human comprehension, but there is a level of ability to be healing the fear in our subconscious mind as we move through our life experiences. We're doing much deeper work than we're often aware of. And there's the surface of the situation in your life that's going on, but there's a lot of stuff going on underneath the surface. And that's what the universe is asking you to tune into as someone who's also, psychic and able to, open up into that realm, even if you don't have necessarily, that particular title or role in life as a reader. But that doesn't mean that you're not psychic and you don't have those abilities. But you have to be able to tap in, tune into it. And that's that whole thing about getting quiet in your mind here in order to be able to push past the limits that your mind has picked up and is sort of keeping you stuck in. But the reason we stay stuck in a cycle is so that we can eventually resolve it. We have to untie the knot, really, and it's like eventually you untie it and it releases, and then you can sort of see a little bit deeper. All right, we got creativity, and then we're going to sign off here. We have trust and recharge. Trust that you were born a creative being and have never stopped being one. You can't be separate from your creativity even if you feel like you're blocked. It's like we live in a paradoxical universe. Like you're blocked and you're unblocked at the same time. Like at a higher frequency, you're never blocked ever. But then we're playing this game of, it's like, it's almost like a puzzle game. You have to get to the thing and open the thing to get to the next thing. And then that's really what it is from, one way of looking at it, depending how your mind works. We have recharge here. When the pace of life becomes too hectic, know to slow down, be mindful, and go with the flow. That's it. Like, just allow yourself the time to decompress and, see that the mind attack sort of calms down on your thing. And we want to see this card here called Capable. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. You're definitely capable of getting this job done, and it's going to come off just fine. Everything's going to work out with it. It's just more in your mind here, really. I mean, there's some things to learn, but it's more really in your mind that's what's blocking you. We have trust again. Okay, we have some trust issues here. It takes time to trust the universe. Just keep trusting the signs. The universe will keep giving you signs. Just keep trusting that, moment by moment. And we have emotional sensitivity, Earth Angel, and you're seeing this situation accurately. So, there may be something under the surface here, and, you're becoming aware of it. It's important that you're, trusting yourself, and you are seeing the situation accurate. And they want to make sure that you know that you're seeing the situation accurate. Trust that. Trust it. And you are an Earth Angel. You're very sensitive. You're possibly neurodivergent, empathic, whatever you want to call that. Indigo, rainbow children. This is important for you to know that downtime. I'm just getting downtime. You need downtime. This person needs downtime. Someone needs downtime here who is an earth angel, who's emotionally sensitive, probably autistic, neurodivergent, something like that. You might not be aware of their neurodivergence specifically. Maybe they haven't told you. You know, whatever it is, this is you, this is them. Once the batteries are recharged here, they're totally capable. Okay, so recharge your batteries and your creative flow's coming back online. That's it. I mean, there we go. Thanks for being here. This is a reading for Virgo, and check out the readings in the description box. I'd love to work with you and see if I can bring in some message from Spirit for you. And thanks for being here.